So creativity, or also known as divergent thinking, is usually used to describe artistic endeavors, but this isn't always the case. Creativity can mean anything from a project idea to just getting out of a situation quickly. But something's happened with creativity that can affect society in a major way, something I like to call a creative calamity. But before we get into that, we should first talk about the Torrance Creative Thinking Test, or TCTT. Made in the late 1950s by Ellis Paul Torrance, it was and is still used today to test kids' creative potential. Now, how exactly they did this was by using 3 different categories. These 3 different categories being focus, flexibility, and originality. Now, in these 3 different categories were nonverbal and verbal tasks. Now, a nonverbal task can be something as to just write the first thing that comes to your head, or a verbal task can be something as simple as, what is this? Now, how exactly you would get scored was by how creative your answer was. So if you were to say a mini blind is called a tornado to the popular answer of a smushed spider, you'd get more points. Now, the accuracy of this test is amazing. Kyung-hee Kim, a PhD from William and Mary College, actually went through records of people who got high scores in the Torrance Creative Task and found that they became entrepreneurs, businessmen and women. Seeing how far creativity could get you in the future was brilliant. But let's get to the actual problem here. So, from the late 1950s onwards, scores kept going up and up and up and up, or just at an average pace. That is until the 1990s, where all of a sudden it stops. Why? Well, there is no absolute reasoning of why, because anything could be going on in any kid's life to make them all of a sudden not get a good score on this particular test. Friends, family, anything. But we can hypothesize. Fun fact, intelligence has been going up yearly in America. Creativity has been going down, intelligence has been going up, pinpointed. So, creativity and intelligence, there is no argument here. One needs the other. Take Steve Jobs, for example. He made the iPhone, Mac, he made Apple. Now, how exactly he did this was by thinking of it, and then he made it. That's exactly what creativity is. Creativity is that idea, and intelligence is creating it. Now, this generation of kids has this intelligence, but we have no idea of what to make. So what does this mean for future society? Well, who's going to be making the next big technology, the next big enterprise? One of us has to. But if we don't have any new ideas to make, but only this intelligence, we're going to be able to do nothing with it. So how can we fix this? Well, where do kids go 5 days a week at school? To learn. So how can we fix school? Well, maybe instead of having kids having to memorize answers to questions, maybe we should be giving our kids questions that have no answers. Answers to go far out from what the question truly had in the first place. Maybe instead of kids having to create an essay on this one particular topic, maybe instead we can have them do a story about the first thing that comes to their head, and not just always having to keep to this one thing. Maybe we should be making our kids critically think outside of the box instead of always having to stick inside its inwards. So, do kids need more creative opportunities? Yes, for the well-being of our society and for the ongoing intelligence of our children. Thank you.